In this episode, I'm going to look at some Kohree 6-watt Edison-style dimmable LED lamps. We're going to put them through its paces, take a look at them in a fixture, and we'll even measure the lumens output and compare it to some other popular lights. Okay, if it looks like I'm shooting in the dark, it's because I've got the camera on manual exposure here. Let me just bring the exposure up just a bit so you guys can see what we're looking at here. I've got a Kohree 6-watt 2700 Kelvin. This is an Edison bulb that I'm going to show off today. This is a fully dimmable Edison type bulb. It features 6 LED filaments, and if you look down into the construction of the bulb, there's the little inverter on the bottom, the inverter IC on the bottom. And if we look at the construction, we'll see that it is 3 filaments in parallel on both sides. So the circuit powers up all 3 filaments in series, in parallel, and then the top portion here connects to the other 3 filaments on the other side. I got a 6-pack of these bulbs off of Amazon to evaluate and see how they perform. I've been using in my kitchen or in my dining area, I've been using some of the Philips, the Warm Glow, which I've been quite happy with, but the only downside to the Philips is the shape of the bulb is more like a conventional bulb. And I kind of like these Edison bulbs that are tall like this, especially when they're in an open fixture or with a clear glass lens on it. I think these ones look kind of cool. So anyway, I got these ones off of Amazon, and I've got the link to them in the video description. But I'm going to do an evaluation on these ones, and then we'll take them in the house and see how they work. So first, I'll put them onto my test base here, and I'm just going to power this thing up, and I'll have to iris the camera down so that you guys will be able to see it because it's going to be overexposed. But when I turn it on, it's not an instant start. It actually ramps up gradually. And this is to protect the LEDs from inrush and to protect the circuitry. So when I turn on the switch, you'll notice that they take a second to light up. You notice that, right? Power on. I'm just going to iris the camera down so you guys can see this. Okay, now the camera is irised down, so you'll notice that the lights come up gradually. And now you get a better look at the internal construction when the lamp is lit. Now these are a fully dimmable lamp. So as I dim the lamp down, you will see that it dims down really nicely, right down to nothing. As I bring the dimmer back up, the lamp starts out very dim, right at 0. Comes up. Let's check out its power draw. We notice the power factor seems to be varying between 50 and 100 on the power factor meter. Don't believe the meter. This meter is not accurate. It's showing 112 volts. It actually is running on 120. And it's also probably going to read a little low because I found that this power meter is not accurate. It's only showing that this lamp is drawing 3 watts. So this Hampton power meter that I've got, which is like a kilowatt, it's supposed to be the same as the kilowatt, I've found that it's not entirely accurate because everything tends to read a bit low. This is reading around 3 watts. The lamps are claiming that they're 6 watts, and I bet you if we put them on a proper meter, they're going to be drawing exactly 6 watts. Showing it's drawing 4 VA. Again, my voltage is reading low. If I turn it up a bit on the meter, we'll see what it shows now. It's still showing it's reading 3 to 4 watts. but I'm actually feeding the lamp about, I think probably about 125 volts now, because this thing it registers low. It always has registered low. It's not a very accurate meter. It gives you an idea. It shows us the lamp's not drawing more power, but everything on this meter reads low. Doesn't matter what I plug into it, everything reads low. Anyway, not much I can show you guys on a light bulb here, other than the fact that it does dim down. But let's take it inside the house, and I'm going to set it up in my fixture so you can see how 6 of them look. Here are the lights at full brightness. They're not as bright as my Philips lamps were, but they still are more than adequate for like a dining area. I'm going to dim them down now so you can watch them all drop. They should all drop at the same rate. So here's the dimmer. Now any flickering you see on this as I dim them is me working the manual dimmer. They go right down to nothing. One last test we're going to do here is we're going to see actually how many lumens the lamp puts out. I've got the lamp just a little over a foot, about 13 inches off the bench. Let me grab my light meter and we'll measure how many lumens this thing puts out. Okay. We have about 655 lux, depending on where we position it, right underneath the lamp. I'm right underneath the light sensor here. So right here I am getting about 702 lux off the lamp itself. And again, that's at 1 foot. And we can change it to, I think this is foot candles. Yeah, this is foot candles here. So if we want to measure in foot candles, this is 65 foot candles at 12 inches, at 1 foot. So let's compare this to other known light sources. So we'll try a compact fluorescent, a 13 watt compact fluorescent, and we'll try a 60 watt incandescent bulb and compare it to this and see how many foot candles and how many lux we're getting from them. So what I have here is I have a 60 watt incandescent conventional bulb. I have a 60 watt Edison type bulb. This is one of the old fashioned ones. And I have I think this is a 13 watt. Maybe it's a 15. What does this one say? 13 watt. Yeah, 13 watt compact fluorescent. So first, we'll take a look at what the incandescent bulb. So remember, this is 65 foot candles. We'll look at this in lux as well, but foot candles is generally a pretty good rating to look at as well. But 65 foot candles. And we'll go to the incandescent bulb now first. Okay, and a 60 watt incandescent bulb is giving 82 foot candles. And maybe a little more if we can find the sweet spot here. But it is a clear lamp, so these ones tend to be a little more efficient than the frosted ones. But it gives you an idea of the brightness, and we'll do it again in lumens. Oh, that gets hot pretty quick. I forgot how hot these light bulbs get, and they get hot really quick. This is another 60 watt bulb. Again, this is one of the Edison lamps. Phone went off, got to restart it here. As you can see, these ones are really low. These lamps, they're only putting out 41 foot candles. And again, it's still drawing 60 watts, so this lamp is going to give off a lot of heat, and it's not very efficient. These are more for decoration than anything else. That's what I use these for. I've got a couple of these bulbs that I just use. They're on a dimmer, and they're kept dimmed down real low, but I just use them for the effect because I like the look of the filaments, which you're not seeing on camera here because it's overexposing. But And then we'll put the compact fluorescent in, and then we'll go back and we'll look at the same results, but I'll put the light meter into Lux. And this is going to take a second for this thing to warm up, because as you know, compact fluorescent bulbs, this is also a little different color too. This is more of a daylight, but these ones take a few minutes to warm up. So we'll just give this one a chance to get up to full brightness. As you can see, if you watch the graph here, you can see it getting brighter and brighter. But this one here is about as efficient as the, as far as light goes. 85 foot candles is what this one's putting out. If we go into Lux Readings here, and we'll go back and we'll change this unit to Lux. So 962 Lux is what this one is giving us now that it's warmed up. 960 Lux. And we'll go back to, I'll go back to the new LED that we're testing. $680 Lux. 700, I guess, is what I was. I got up to 700 by just angling the camera a little bit. But about call it 700 Lux. 700 Lux. Then we'll go to the least efficient, which is the real Incandescent Edison type bulb. And this one here, as you can see, it's not even managing 500 Lux. Let me get to 510. Yeah, we'll call it 510. And then finally, and that's a 60 watt bulb, and finally the 60 watt incandescent bulb. And that one is almost the brightest of all of them, believe it or not. You know, it's getting over 1,000 Lux. But again, 60 watts versus 13 watts versus 6 watts. There's the big difference between them. And just for fun, this is my Philips Warm Glow. This is 8.5 watt LED. 1300 lumens is what this one puts out. But again, this is a 6 watt, this is an 8.5, so obviously we're going to expect a lot more light out of one of these. Back to our lamp under test. I'm actually getting 835 Lux now. The reason it's registering a little bit higher is I didn't notice this initially, but there are some hot spots here, as you'll see as I rotate the lamp slightly. You'll see some hot spots, and I guess the first time I tested it, I was just in one of the zones that wasn't quite as hot. So you guys get the appearance of the filaments on here. It looks okay. It's definitely passable, definitely very usable, and the price on them, a heck of a lot better than these Philips ones. I like the shape of these ones better. They look nicer than the conventional bulb type that Philips have. I'm going to do one more comparison, and that's to compare it to one of these Fiat Electric. This is an LED one. This is what most of these vintage ones look like. As you can see right here from looking at it, they tend to stain the glass yellow to give it an even warmer. These are 2200 versus 2700 Kelvin. These ones have a very nice effect. They're the same wattage, but they're not very bright. Let's take a look at this one. And these are also dimmable. These are ones that I run in my hallway. We'll take a look at the lumens off of this one here, and it is really quite dim. Let me just kill the lights. As you can see, these ones here, 450 lumens is all these ones manage. And that's on a good day. 460. 460 lumens, 6.5 watts. And it has a more of a yellow look to the color, as you can see. And then if we go back to this other one here, you know, 850 lumens, almost 860 lumens is what we're getting off this one. So it's a lot brighter than one of these ones here. These ones again are decorative lamps, which are to compete with the very inefficient incandescent ones with the very long filaments. And this one here is just, it looks cool. I run some of these in my hall because I don't need a lot of light. But I could easily run these ones and they would give us a little more usable light. I don't need a lot of light where these are, so I run these ones, but very impressed with these lamps. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one real soon.